Let me start with a question. Did you apply for a US visa? Or cool. Are you ready for the visa interview? No. Did you know that participating in an interview is an essential part of the pre-visa process? Well, okay, don't worry. I'm gonna help you with this interview. Hi, this is Max from the Visa Library. In this video, I will help you prepare for your US visa interview. I will tell you what you should prepare before the interview, what documents you should bring with you on the day of the interview, and how to answer the US visa questions. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do it so you don't miss out on our videos in the future. Now, let's do it. Let's start with the visa interview day. On the interview day, you must go to the US Embassy or consulate 15 minutes earlier before your appointment time. Please do not take any bags with you when you go to the embassy because they won't allow you to bring them into the building. At the embassy, there are different windows for the initial examination of your application, your documents, fingerprinting, and interview. When you enter the consular section, you are given a number. Once your number is called for your interview, a consular office will ask you some questions and review any additional documents. For non-immigrant visas, you must bring the confirmation page of the form DS-16, your appointment letter, and your valid passport and previous passports. You also need a colored photo, receipt of payments, proof of finances, and other additional documents based on your visa category. Now, let's get to the business. What are the topics of the US visa interview questions? Questions vary depending on the type of visa. Here's a tip. For most non-immigrant visas, you must show that you intend to return to your home country. During the interview, the consular officer will probably ask some questions about the purpose of your trip, your job, your ties to your home country, and source of financial support. Don't worry. Let's look at some general questions in a US visa interview. Number 1. Why do you intend to travel to the United States? You can talk about your reasons, for instance, tourism, medical treatments, or participating in an event. Your reasons must match with the conditions defined in your visa. Number 2. What is the duration of your stay in the United States? For this, talk about your intended date of travel to the United States. Based on the purpose of your travel, visa type, and duration of stay, you will need to provide your estimated date of travel. Number 3. Have you traveled to the United States before? If you have never been to the United States, you can easily answer this question. But if you have traveled to the United States in the past, explain why you visited the country. Even if you violated your previous visa conditions, such as staying beyond the validity of your visa, you must honestly say it. Number 4. Where do you stay in your country? Mention the city and your address if required. You may be asked related questions to see how long you have been staying in that address. Do you come from another city or the city that you just mentioned? And what your native language is. They might ask for other things too. You never know. Number 5. Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have a pet? Who will take care of them in your absence? Those kind of questions. The consular officer will ask these questions to know if there are anyone in your country whom you are committed to and you need to go back for them. Answer them honestly. Number 6. Are you traveling alone? If you're going to travel with your family members and they are considered as your dependents, you need to explain your relationship with them. In this case, it may be necessary to provide documents such as a birth certificate, marriage certificate, or family photo album. Number 7. Have you booked your flight ticket? If your answer to this question is yes, you must provide a confirmation letter of the reservation to the interviewer. Question number 8. Do you know how much it costs to stay in the United States? Prepare an itinerary for your trip, including the expenses, and present this itinerary to the officer. In this way, you show the interviewer that you know what you're doing and that you are aware of the costs of traveling to the United States. Question number 9. Do you have family members or a friend in the United States? If you have a friend or a family member in the US, tell them to the consular officer, even if you have seen them once or twice in your lifespan. If your answer to this question is yes, the consular officer will ask you other questions. For example, how long have they been living in the United States? What are their addresses and jobs? It's a good idea to gather information about your friends who live in the United States before the interview date. Number 10. Where will you stay in the US? If you have booked accommodation or a hotel, you should explain this to the interviewer and tell him why you chose that place. If you want to stay with friends or family members, you need to show your invitation letter. Question number 11. How long will you stay in the US? Tell your interviewer how long you are going to stay in the United States. The consular officer will know the answer to these questions based on the information in your application. But these questions will make the conversation process more realistically. Number 12. How will you cover your travel expenses? Do you have a sponsor? Let's see. To answer this question, you must provide a bank statement and other documents that provide your finances to cover the expenses. If you have a sponsor, you need to explain your relationship with them as well as their income and prove that your sponsor can cover the cost of your stay. You need to show that there are strong reasons why this person is supporting you financially on this trip. Question number 13. Do you intend to remain in the US permanently? Oof, that's an important one. In answering this question, you need to provide compelling reasons to show that you will undoubtedly return to your home country. If you have a girlfriend, fiancé, spouse, a child, or parents in your country, you can indicate that you will return for them. Submitting documents related to the assets you have in your country, employment contract, or legal obligations are essential documents that you can provide in response to this question. Question number 14. What are your plans after your visa expires? You will need to convince the consular officer that you have plans to come back to your country before the visa expires. Depending on the situation, you may need to reassure your ties to your country to show clear intentions of coming back after your travel plans end. Depending on the type of visa you are applying for, the type of documents you must provide is different. You might be asked to present evidence during the interview to prove your claims. These documents include civil documents like birth or marriage certificates, family photographs, invitation letters, bank statements, income tax returns, property documents, and employment contracts. Let me give you some tips. Please avoid providing forged documents. Oh my God, I cannot emphasize on this enough. It won't end well for you. Don't hide the negative aspects of your work or immigration because these will lead to negative impacts on your visa in the next steps. The consular officer only wants to know if your story is convincing and sensible. So the best strategy is to be clear and straightforward. Just be calm during the interview and answer the US visa interview questions honestly. Also, keep your answers to the point and short because the time you have with the consular officer is really short. But there you go. If you stick to the tips I just gave you, you will definitely pass your visa interview. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel and like the video so you can watch our future videos. Now, I have a surprise for you. I've put the link of our article in the description. Go to our website there is a free cheat sheet I have prepared for you. I've written a list of commonly asked questions for US visitor, US student, work and investor visas in it. Download it and enjoy. Thank you all for watching.